Question number 15. So question number 15 wants us to identify each of the correct equation matching the graph of the absolute value function above it. All right. So when we're doing this, guys, we need to first recall what the absolute value functions normally look like. So sometimes you'll have either a V shape. So again, sometimes you'll either have a V shape or an upside down V. The V shape means that you have a positive number in front, so a positive leading coefficient. All right. An upside down V would mean you have a negative leading coefficient. All right. So when I'm looking at these graphs, I see that this one is facing down, so that means it has a negative in front. These two are facing up, so that means it has a positive in front. Okay. So all of those are good. Okay. So now that we know how it's supposed to look, now we need to look for the vertex of those lines, all right? So the vertex is where all points meet. So all points would meet right here, right here. So raise this a little bit. So right here and right here. Those are all of the vertexes, all right? So let's write a coordinate for that vertex. So the coordinate for this vertex would be 1, 0. The coordinate for this vertex would be 0, negative 1. And the coordinate for this vertex would be negative 2, 3. Alright? So again, this will say x is 0, y, or x is 1, y is 0. It's saying x is 0, y is negative 1, and negative 2 for the, or negative 1 for the x. So I did not see that clearly. So negative 1 for the x. So negative 1 for the x, positive 3 for the y. Okay, so you know that whenever you're representing vertex, guys, you always need to do the opposite of your x value, same as your y value. So my vertex for this, or my equation for this, is going to be the opposite of this number, which is a negative 1, and then a positive 0 on the outside. So again, guys, this would be a negative 1 absolute value because you do the opposite of this number. Okay, and then the same as the number on the outside. Okay, I would do the same thing for here. So it's facing down, so it has a negative in front. Okay, and then we do the opposite of this middle number. But can you do the opposite of a 0? No, you cannot do opposite of a 0. So again, I would just leave nothing because 0 is nothing. All right, and I do the same as the number on the outside, so a negative 1. And I do the same thing here. I do the opposite of the first number, all right, or of your x value, and the same as the y value. So opposite of a negative 1 is a positive 1. Same as a positive 3 is a positive 3. So let's look for our answers. So for graph number 1, the answer would be B, all right? Because again, when there's nothing out there, you can leave nothing on the outside, all right? So the answer would be B for that one. For graph number 2, the answer would be C. All right. So a negative number in front and a negative 1, which means you're going down once. All right. And then the answer for the third graph would be B. All right. Because again, it looks just like my graph, my answer here, opposite of the inside number, same as the outside number. All right. So again, guys, just like that.